and welcome to what should be a very short, I wouldn't call it a tutorial, but note. I'll just call it a note, a side note. Chainmail video. Now, there are an abundance of chainmail videos on YouTube, so I'm not going to be showing you so much how to make any specific weave or pattern. I just wanted to point something out that I wish I had known when I first got started. Now, I'm by no means any sort of professional. I'm still a very beginner level with working with chainmail. But now, something that people point out is that you should pay attention to which direction, I know I shouldn't do that, that's bad. Which direction your rings are running, and that's true. You want to make sure that whatever direction they start running in, that they keep running in that direction. That's very important. Otherwise, your weave can get bunched up, and it can just look not so good. So, but something that not any of the videos that I've watched anyway, something that they don't mention is the direction that you open your jump rings in. And what I mean by that is, let me find a open and closed ring here. My autofocus isn't going to work with me here, I can already tell. So I'm just going to manually focus it here. What I mean by that is we have a closed ring. Now when I open a jump ring, I like to do it like this. But if you open it in the opposite direction, so that you pull it this way, you get two very different results in which way you put them on. So it's really a matter of preference, whatever feels right. If you're left-handed, you may prefer to, open it one way. If you're right-handed, you may prefer to open it the other way. It also depends on, like they point out, which direction your rings are running. So let me see if I can do this without making a fool of myself here. Okay. So, in my example here, my little beginning 3-ring example here. Okay, good. It kind of worked for a second there. Anyway, the two rings on the side here, manual focus, are, hold on, my bad. The ring in the middle here is running forward, and the other two rings are running down because they're underneath facing the other direction. So, if I take this ring here, which I'm pretty sure is facing the opposite direction of what it needs to be. That's good. That's the point I'm trying to make here. If I try to run it through these two rings here, you see it's the back end that's close to me is pointing out towards me. But we got to get it through that other ring over there, but it's pointing out away from where it needs to go. So it's not really, in order to get it to go in that direction, we'd have to flip it over and maneuver it around all weird in order to get it to want to go in. And I lost it into that other hole. But if we take a ring that's turned the other way and try and put it through these same loops, we get, oh, my hands aren't even up here. My bad. It goes through the first one, and then it basically just sort of on its own wants to turn towards this other ring. You see it there? It's pointing towards it already. And it kind of easily just goes through it on its own. And then we, whatever's next, you add more rings to it or close it or, whatever your pattern calls for. So, let's close this up here. I'm not supposed to be using my fingers. It's bad for my fingers, but, whatever. It was easy. Alright, so, now we have our second little thing here, and it's running in the direction it should be, just like the silver one, the gold one was. So if we attach another one, again, we go up through one, and you see it's already pointing forward like it should be, and it just kind of turns towards that other ring just like it's made to go towards it, and it's already through it. So yeah, knowing which direction, turn the autofocus back on here, knowing which direction is most comfortable for you to work with is important. And it's, like I said, it's a matter of preference. But if you notice that copying what someone is doing isn't working for you, then you should really try either opening your rings in the other direction, or maybe flipping the weave over so that instead of the center ring running forward like it is here, well, forward and backwards is relative. So I put 2 rings on it here. So these silver ones here are considered running forward. Now if we flip it over, here, the gold rings, the ones on top here, are the ones now running forward, and the silver ring is running backwards. At least that's how I explain it. I'm sure there's some technical term for it, but can't seem to keep my fingers on camera here. There we go. So if you find that you're having a hard time copying what someone is doing, like I said, either try opening your rings, I do mine this way, where my right hand goes away from me. It's probably my left hand for you. But try opening them the other way, or like I said, flipping the weave over. Try the rings that you already have that are opened whichever way. If that doesn't work, flip it over the other way. And figure out what works best for you. Like I said, for me, I like to have the rings running a certain way and open my rings a certain way. And if sometimes, just for no reason, I'll open one the wrong way, and I'll realize halfway through why I'm having so much trouble. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense because it's open the wrong way, and here I am with my right hand trying to put on a left-handed ring, and it just doesn't work. Now sometimes, like you saw, I was putting mine under, and then, under from the bottom and then through the top. Sometimes some people like to come the other way, where they go under through the left ring, and then, it's, like I said, it's all a lot of preference. But I don't know how long it took me before I realized, wait a minute, half of my rings are open one way and half of them are open the other way. Maybe this makes a difference. I think I was trying to make, like, I don't know, Byzantine? I don't know how to say it. Shh, don't tell anybody. I think I was trying to make a box chain, actually. And I was having so much trouble, I almost gave up. But I stuck to it, and then I figured out the problem, and now I am passing that knowledge on to you all, and I hope it's been helpful. If it's not been helpful, then YouTube is full of lots of non-helpful stuff, but I'm trying very hard to be helpful. So if you have any other questions or want to see me do any actual chainmail work, I know, like I said, there's chainmail videos all over YouTube, so everything I could possibly do is probably already on YouTube. But if you would like to see me make some chainmail or answer some questions that other people aren't answering, even if I don't know the answer, which is even better because then I have to do research and then I can share that research with you. I love doing research. So, yeah, feel free to ask me anything, and if I don't know, I'll say, hey, I didn't know the answer to this question, but here's what I found, and then I'll share it. So, bye-bye.